be a 96.
73.
73. 73 is the alternate crit.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. We got another session of Tombs and Tendrils for you. It is session 55. I'm going to call it 55. A tragic event happened last week. We filmed the whole session. It was really quite a good session, actually. But for some stupid reason, even though I thought I thoroughly checked the system, I muted the microphone the whole time. And so everything was lost, and it's very sad, and I'm sad. And
we're all sad.
Yeah, this recap's pretty important.
Or did it not ever happen?
Ooh.
It happened.
Definitely did. And I will recap because it's my fault. What? Oh,
I want to do just one part of it.
What?
I just want to do the most important part.
Oh.
The part about our space marine.
I almost want to make him do it.
Yeah. I would, make some comparisons. You know who Goofy is? Disney character?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's like our space marine.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
All right. So,
That just might just kill you right
all right.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. So during session 54, the team encountered Inquisitor Alvis at a giant energy conduit station. You did.
We had already encountered him.
Yeah,
He was gone by that point.
Yeah.
I'm talking about session 54.
That was last session.
I'm at session 53.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah, I'm at session. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. So that was session 53, but 54 ended with Alvis's departure from the station. The team was still there. The research barge that Alvis has used for a while, marginal-sized wreckage of it was left attached to the station where it had crashed. So the team decided to explore it, and they went in pretty carefully because a bunch of demon hosts have been coming out of it that Alvis been creating. So they definitely knew that there was information in there they needed, but it was also going to be very dangerous. When they went in, they looked for Alvis's offices or research labs, and so they found his main office, and I believe Joss and Deco, right? You guys teamed up with his console to open that up. And do you all remember what you found?
I wrote it down. Because if I don't write it down,
Oh no. I think it was it maps?
No, actually.
You were looking for a map.
That was part of it, and there wasn't a map of something that we actually cared about.
Oh.
Dang it. Tracking Inquisitor Malin's research, not enough warp-sensitive people.
Malin?
Yeah, Alvis was tracking Malin's research.
Oh, and Malin had discovered a small hive of nascent psychers on the Ashways.
Nascent psyker cult in the Ash Dunes.
Cool. So that's what they discovered on his computer. Jasper was taking time to inspect the research tables and projects around the room, but many were either incomplete, unfinished, or scattered from the crash, depending. Did you find anything that you found interesting?
A flyer for the facilities that we had just visited, talking about how it created the artificial storms blocking the terror stuff.
It was freaking old too.
Yes.
Well, and you also found out that by removing the flux, it increases warp sensitivity.
Warp mutations. Warp sensitivity, warp occurrences, nightmares, visions,
Basically like
paranormal activities.
And Crisis found a book from Inquisitor Eisenhorn about tracking and hunting he was tracking and hunting a demon, etc.
It was a reference to Eisenhorn's, issues and encounters with the
He
demon.
put a demon into a house. And then there was some notes that Alvis left about this being like heretical and like there being some sort of
A book. What was the name of the book?
uh
Thought it was.
my notes are on the back of the other thing. Yeah. Not this other thing. It had some weird name. Maladorum Corvex?
Maladom Corvex.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Dude,
Alright.
you look bad. I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm laying on my side because it puts pressure on my heart.
Well, just punch your heart and kick it up a notch.
If only I had 2 hearts like my Space Marine.
Well, he only used anyway. Right. So the Maladom Cortex. So he's very interested in finding that. And then Crisis. Oh, well, he is Crisis. What I meant was we had Naz go off to find the communication relay, right?
Yep.
To get back in touch with the Grey Knights. And why did you want to get in touch with them at that point?
Why were we trying to get it?
I think we were just supposed to report about like
What was going on?
what
We
was
wanted to see
happening.
where they were, right? Because we had no idea where anyone else was.
And something because Alvis had said something about he knew the location of the strike cruiser. If I remember correctly.
He knew of it.
Yeah.
But I think you wanted to call either aid from the Grey Knights or a report about Alvis. I think it was a report.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly a report, if I remember right.
Yep.
I'd look at the video, except it's just muted. So, but yeah. So Nazriel encountered a demon, or I can't remember if that was before or after a psychic power that you manifested, but you
manifested.
What?
He manifested it.
He did?
Yeah.
Straight up, huh?
Yeah, it was a.
That sucks.
He did it, and then
I thought you did it to yourself.
No.
So yeah, so the demon host cost Perils of the Warp, which he activated Tech Scorn, which is from the fan-made psychic phenomena and Perils of the Warp, and caused Nazriel's armor to shut down. Everything shut down. A lot of it.
In a radius, yeah.
Yeah, and so he was stuck there, and so this demon host came up, and Nazriel was actually quite awesome, because even in dead power armor with these dead Terminator power armor with these awful penalties to even move, he freaking rears back, and you hit him with your hammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slams his power hammer into this demon host, almost killed it.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. And then the demon host decided to do a little mind scan. And ended up critting on everything. Just raise your hand when you want to make your little goofy comment.
That's okay. It was
Okay.
already made.
Well, what's your comment? I'm curious.
No, I was gonna be like, did you ever watch Mickey Mouse Club growing up? Like, imagine if Goofy from Mickey Mouse Club knew who killed Kennedy. You know, if aliens were on the moon. You know, if Queen Elizabeth was a lizard lady. That was our psyker. Yoink.
Cool.
Brutal.
Yeah, so anyway, this demon host fully mind scanned a Grey Knight, which is actually hard to think about as being possible.
Lore-wise, I still disagree with it, but
I just don't know. It's in the rules, like I could
I
do
still
it.
don't even know if Power Armor has machine spirits. Could never find anything about that.
Oh, it super does.
I was super depressed after the last time, guys, and I went back and I did so much research trying to figure out some way to get out of it.
Yeah.
But
I'm just like blown away. I feel like they would plan for that, you know, especially like Grey Knights.
Well, he did. It just failed.
No, I just mean like, yeah, if some
Like,
demon
there's no-
tries to invade you, you're just a nuclear bomb and you explode. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
That feels super Space Marine to me.
Yeah. So anyway, then they this demon host with this knowledge used a biomancy power and actually turned into the Grey Knight and left the Grey Knight standing there because his power armor sucked. And then he goes walking up the hall, encounters the rest of the team and tries to deceive them, but Mr. Deca sees right through it, cuts him in half with a telekinetic blade from jaw to gullet. I don't know.
Isn't that just like
Yeah, I was like,
a little paper cut.
Ah!
Get over here, you hockey puck.
yeah, he only had 2 HP left, so it killed him.
Yeah, so it killed him. Anyway, he died. But then a lot of other demon hosts appeared, and I got to talking to Joss about this, and this was awesome. But I don't think you guys realize, with a non-holy weapon being a non-space marine, she killed 6 demon hosts in 2 turns.
Customers.
That is impressive. In
That's
fact,
actually-
it's more than he killed.
Oh my god! Just shot after shot.
Why did I even come?
Oh,
for
You
this.
can have
Yeah.
a heart infection and you guys drag it on me. Hope you all feel bad and can't
It's-
sleep tonight.
it's how we show love, really.
He just-
I'll give you a quarter of my kills. You did deal some damage.
To be fair, I also tore open a
That's
warped
true.
rift.
6 demon hosts in 2 turns.
Yeah, very impressive.
I can't.
It's like, I guess he killed one.
You didn't kill any?
Kill this-
Oh yeah, you.
No, I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So these
failed
2
it out
actually
of it.
failed some
He
fear
ran away.
and ran away. Yeah.
Josh almost
He-
cut my
he,
head
like,
off when I
left.
was running past her.
I really wish you'd been watching where you were going.
I was just too scared.
So yeah, all that happened, and then Crisis did Crisis and nuked 24 some odd demon hosts
Yeah.
with
It was
his
a team
holy
effort.
fire. It was disgusting.
Forget where you got all your good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So really, that was last session, and I'm very sad that we couldn't have that be role played for you because there was a lot of really cool moments, a lot of cool. There was actually some really cool dice rolls that were passed, and others that were just totally failed. Really important moments.
Yep.
Is there
I
another
freaking
way?
passed all of my dice rolls last time. Don't even.
You
just
were
did
rolling
better.
great last time.
I rolled
the demon
great.
was just rolling better.
He just.
Cody has these devil dice that like
These are the devil dice.
they just pick on us. Like at really important moments, they're like, "All right, time to kill the character."
Yeah, there's been times. So I think being a GM can be difficult because you're trying to find a balance. Like you're not really there to kill the characters, but you want to provide opposition. But ultimately, you want to help them become the heroes of the story. But when your dice take a simple moment where you're like, "Yeah, I shoot that guy." Oh, it was like the beginning of the campaign. I shot somebody in the knee. Who was that?
I think
Was it you? I think it was you. It was Titus. I shot Titus in the knee or something with a shotgun from a cultist, and like super crit, and it was like disgusting. Was it you or no? It was
It was Zet.
It was Zet, and I
as
think
always.
He almost died.
it like caught him on. Something caught him on fire. Like he just straight almost died session 1
Yeah.
because my dice just pick moments to just eat you.
Yeah,
Yeah, why are you here? But so basically we've got Dylan creating a character on back,
Oh man, this is.
but we're gonna just call it narrative reasons to make everybody feel good. I'm just kidding. I'm throwing shade. It's bad. But okay, so I think where we were at is you were outside. There's more demon hosts still, right? Like we ended. There's still demon hosts.
They were hopping off of the.
Oh yeah, they flew away.
Flew away. And we're like, no, die, please.
Pop, pop, pop.
I think some of us were in the ship.
Yeah, we were all on the ship.
Oh yeah,
We
were
did all.
I don't think everybody was in the ship.
You were
I
like,
think we made
Yeah,
it.
I was force bolting them down.
you got like 3.
No.
Yeah, I think we all made
Got
it to the ship.
You got 27 of them. You killed all of
I
them,
killed
man.
them all.
So we're on the ship now.
Yeah. All right, so I guess you guys are on the ship,
Alright.
and so yeah, Thaddeus is piloting, and he's been trying to take pot shots at the demon hosts flying away, but they're very hard to hit. And he's complaining that he needs somebody to man a gun more often because he can't provide proper fire support.
Liara.
I thought she's dead.
No,
No.
she's
No,
not.
the
So yeah, Liara's actually taken a lot of hits, really nasty ones, and yeah, she's gonna start staying on the gun cutter more.
She's got some
Nice.
battle scars.
She's got some battle scars, dude.
Yeah, she's died twice now. She's
Yeah.
like out of fate points.
She's like, you know what? Being a melee assassin was fun, but I'm gonna try being ranged fire support from the ship.
I
This is a good
also,
idea.
My
I-
arm that melted off. It's just-
I keep it with me always.
Yeah.
I would also like to get the coordinates for where this station is, in case we want to come back and maybe find more information.
Thaddeus says he has it recorded.
Holla
Thank you,
at ya,
Thaddeus.
boy.
Yeah. Did you get everything you needed from the research station? Do we want to go back now that the demon hosts are gone?
Are they all gone?
I don't know. Just do your little magic voodoo.
Let's land first.
You want me to land?
Well, he has range and is less effective if I far away.
Sometimes if it doesn't work, we fall out of the sky.
Are you
yes,
freaking
that
kidding
is
me?
also true.
What did he roll?
85.
He goes into the side of
We
the
fall over
walkway, and
Should that make me cast my psychic power?
odd or even. And if here's the thing: if it's odd, the bad thing happens, and if it's even, the not bad thing but also not good thing happens. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he hits and like slides off and like almost ends up hitting the ground. He corrects. Cool. Yeah. So as it falls back out of the air, he picks it back up and kind of brings it to a level area.
Freaking Thaddeus.
And he's like, I'm not gonna actually put it down because of the wind. I'm gonna blame the wind. But
What kind
do
of
your
ship are
Alright.
it's the gun cutter. Did anybody name the gun cutter? Has that a name?
Yeah, it's something 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know what? Our
That was my
guardsmen
tank.
did. Our
What?
guardsmen
We
did,
named
but
the
they're all
tank.
dead.
It was the team that was.
So
Fine.
it has a name, but it's like an orphan, so we don't know its name. Bypassed.
Cool. There are a handful, but the mass population is gone.
There's a few, but if we put our human blender right there, we'll be fine.
Oh,
I
that's
think
me. I was like,
I want to smile.
Now
so
everyone
the
wants
ship
my
doesn't
help.
have a way to contact the knights, right? We have to go back aboard or find someplace else.
Yeah, there's
So
the
he would be incentivized to.
Yeah, there's no communication blip here.
Well,
Let's
I
go
didn't
find-
finish looking at the books in
Yeah.
the room. I think if it's just a few, then we can burn them or slice them.
No,
or
we'll take
shoot
care of them. Something.
But let's make it snap.
Cool. How's the Grey Knight feeling?
He needs to get in contact with the strike cruiser as soon as possible.
Is he going back aboard?
Yeah. Of
Cool.
course he is. Not afraid.
I didn't know if he was afraid. I'm just kidding. Cool. So yeah,
Is he like full health and everything? Is he
I think
good?
he-
Yeah,
killed it.
I didn't even get hurt.
he didn't get hurt. He just got effed.
I got mind raped.
That is exactly what happened.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that demon. Should have just captured it.
I have to keep.
What is that thought you want to keep to yourself?
Oh no.
You gotta say it.
I don't want to. Anyways, moving on. We're going in.
I might say it.
No.
Why would you tell Cody?
Jesus. Didn't even use protection.
Oh no! Oh.
Anyways.
Doubling down on the dirties. Truly merciful.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Cool. So everybody's back aboard. Are you guys going back to the office? Where are you going?
Research labs?
Yeah.
But you need to go look at books. Sorry,
Yes.
So maybe hitting the office would be
I
good.
will look at book. Jesper, do you know layout?
I think I do.
You should.
Mhm.
You should help Grey Knight get the location. Unless you have something you want to do.
No, just place to spooky. Stay close to him.
It's pretty
should we
safe.
go with him first and then go to the research lab so we're not splitting up into too many.
Yeah, that works. We can just all go to one place one at a time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Cool.
Alright, well, go to communication first.
All right. Well, actually, I think last session you guys went to the end of the hallway and it was broken off, right? You looked at open sky.
At one point, yeah.
Shrug.
I think this happened. Well, so anyway, you guys go to the end of the hallway, and you see open sky, and the whole side of the barge is gone that held the communication equipment.
This
Cool.
is where it would be.
There is only one communication location.
Communication.
Right here. Oh. The old.
Is there like a computer here that would hold like addresses or anything, stuff like that?
Your
Coordinates,
P.O.
His
box.
Filofax.
something like that. The 40K version.
I don't know, but you guys can go back and look at Alvis's computer.
Check
Again.
it out, I guess.
There's the power back.
Cool.
I think it just flickered.
Well, actually, on the way, you guys walk past the medical labs,
Fun.
and it's
Oh,
like
actually,
medical research as well. Medical research.
Are there file
No, but there are data sites.
I don't know.
Data sites. Take them up.
All right, so yeah, you go over to this bench, and actually, something catches your eye with a perception test if you pass it.
Ooh.
I'll give you plus 20.
Oh.
That was terrible. Wait, what was the?
73.
73.
Might still do it, but not by much. No.
I thought you had a plus 20 to your awareness.
I do, but my perception's still 40.
I gave you a plus 20.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I'm fine.
Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you see a familiar cube,
Oh, that's mine.
and it's like on the ground. I mean, everything's kind of busted up and broken. A lot of the data sites you see are also cracked or destroyed. But yeah, you see a dark gray cube on the ground with strange carvings etched into it, and you know that this is the cube that you found long ago.
Yeah. It's still like dusty, not glowy, right? It's just chilling.
There is a faint glow coming from it, very faint, but also it looks like somebody's made a lot of like cuts on it, like tried to crack it open and failed.
I'm gonna take like a piece of cloth, wrap it up.
Cool.
Nice and tight.
Yeah, and you do see an intact data slate laying among these.
Alright. Let's turn on. What do we got?
You find medical documentation for Alvis.
Is he dying?
You find out that this data slate contains info regarding a wound that he received from a demon that surprised him on an assignment.
Oh.
And he tried to evade, and then he tried to engage. And actually, that information's not even in there because this is just medical stuff. But yeah, he got a wound from a demon. And so basically he's sick, and he's been working to find a cure. and he's been researching this like Necron tech to try to figure something out, and he's got like a bunch of notes about different things that he's tried. But he also like, hey, dude, every time, man,
Actually, like, do it though.
you're terrible. Stupid cat. Our cats are cute and stupid. So yeah, so he's got like a bunch of different things about what he tried to do to save himself. And part of the reason he came to Anvil was for the tech priest. He was looking for all sorts of medical stuff that could help him. He even looked into cybernetics. He has some cybernetics, but it hasn't helped, or at least solved the problem. Maybe stuff has helped, but he has notes about the warp rift and how being under the flux was actually really good for him. And so,
Radiation treatment.
yeah, so he's there's notes about closing the warp rift, like just references to his desire to do that. And based on that flyer that you found earlier, you're wondering if, maybe the flux being down could cause like negative consequences to him.
Ooh. Well, my dude doesn't know anything about demons or Medicaid, so he probably also passed that note on to somebody else. I don't read medical type stuff.
I have Medicaid, so I can read that part, but like.
I'm a demon boy. Not a demon
Oh.
boy. But
Well, let's collaborate some more, old buddy, old pal.
let's do this.
And he ended up deeming the Necron artifact worthless. But you know that they're, like, just based on some of the stuff that you've looked into. Wait, do you have Necron Lore as a skill?
I have Forbidden Lord xenos times a billion.
Yeah, and it was okay. So yeah, we determined in the past, like you figured out that the cube was kind of like a light switch.
Yeah.
Basically, like it interfaced with Necron tech. We talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I keep it tucked away.
Yeah, and so Alvis wasn't really given that information though, because he took it from you, and he tried to use the device to cure himself.
Just sticking
But now
random,
the cube appears damaged.
sticking random
But
xenos
functional.
artifacts in his body, trying to get better. He's a weirdo.
First. Desperation.
They use that next that little team.
The soonest probably where it's the back.
Yeah, and it seems like he broke it
No,
or just tampered with it.
it looks tampered with. Like imagine a squirrel coming up and grabbing your cell phone and beating it on a table.
Oh.
Like it might work, depending on how he hit it.
That's annoying. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it wrapped up and put it in pocket.
Or concealed cavity.
Yeah, that pocket. I don't know if we ever talked about where it's at.
Ew.
Where do you want it?
Are you at 19?
No, I just have a nice little pocket in my body.
Breaths.
I think we did talk about it because it's in my leg because my dude's got a.
A gimpy limpy. Cool.
Alright.
Sound like you're about to go into song.
A gimpy limpy. A limpy for the gimpy.
No.
Yeah.
Don't forget that you love me.
All right.
Okay, I passed my intelligence test for the demon stuff.
What about it?
You're very smart.
Like
With his demon wound?
Yeah, I have like the Forbidden Lore warp, normal warp, and then Forbidden Lore demonology.
Oh, okay. And you passed?
Uh-huh.
Easy. Yeah, so basically getting wounded by a demon can have like so many different consequences, and the most common is that demonically inflicted wounds are typically really hard to heal. And if not treated, they can cause mutation.
Huh.
They can cause death, they can cause possession. It just depends on what the wound was. And this wound was actually clawed attack that went down his back.
Is there like just from is there any pictures or anything to indicate like what type of demon it was? You know.
That's clever.
A one with claws.
Yes, actually.
Oh, nice.
He encountered. It would have been. Yeah, it's a little demon as each. Little pink horror thing got him.
So, would I know the cure for that, or would I just be like, oh, that's not good?
You would know. There's a lot of different things that you can try. As far as a guarantee, there are cures, and honestly, you could even help him a lot. Like psyker cures, like honestly, I would say a lot of medicines, unless the planet is like close to the warps, or like warp defying medicine is kind of interesting.
Right.
But there are ways. But he's just not whatever he's tried hasn't worked.
Would I also know, because we're removing like the flux, what that is going to do to that? How that's going to exacerbate it? Because it sounds like he's been able to.
It could irritate that wound.
Yeah, like irritate it, as in like he's just like, oh, this hurts more, or like demonic stuff, like he's going to have a tentacle coming out of his back.
Anywhere in there.
Yeah.
It depends on how protected he keeps himself, how long he's exposed, a bunch of stuff.
Is there a date of when this happened?
What was the log?
This is not a full report. It's difficult to say.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh,
Wow.
Hopefully he grows a tentacle.
Ugh.
In like the middle of an important meeting or something.
Well, that was awkward.
My
Sorry about that, you guys.
robot tentacle.
It does look like he's managing any corruption really well, though. It looks like, because he has a log of like medications and stuff that he's taking, so it actually looks like he's really
Doing pretty good.
doing his best, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But it's not healing.
Okay, one last question about it.
One last answer.
Would I know how to exacerbate the wound?
Oh, God.
How to make it worse?
Yeah.
Seems like dark, like powders.
Open wound.
Yeah? Okay.
Uh,
Because I know about it,
You-
could I try that on him and then just like magnify that?
it would be an opposed willpower test.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like
I
explodes
think it just
into
does it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
No.
just an attack. But since I didn't even think about it. Since I know about it, I can make it worse. But would that increase just like it'd be like it was fresh, or would that increase like the demonic stuff too?
I think it would just hurt him, and then whatever else would be side effects that took time.
Okay.
Does that make okay? It also depends on when you did it.
Yeah.
Hey. Get away from the litter box, you stupid cat. You black rat. It's in the vent.
Make it go in one of the cat's ears.
Oh no.
Well, I tried to put the laser on a cat and make the cat jump into the other cat, and they wouldn't do it. So.
No, they don't.
That was stupid.
I know, it's disappointing.
I want them to attack each other. Right here now, because I say so.
They're
Show me
like
you love
flawless paws.
Yeah, it's just a lot of.
They just hug each other's heads and then kick at them. They're stupid. Anyway, let's keep going for sake of time.
No, this is dope.
You're dope.
It's dope.
Alright.
What do you think about this, Naz? You're standing there. Are you just in shock?
I'm just like,
Violated? In a trance? Feel like you're in a long line Target on Black Friday?
Oh
a little bit worse than that.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Got beat up by someone on Black Friday.
Got your mind stolen on Black Friday.
Trampled by all the other.
Your mind was Target on Black Friday.
no.
Mine was Walmart on Black Friday.
Ooh. $100 32-inch TVs. Friday for the Hounds. Anyway. Nothing?
Nothing right now.
Cool.
Just trying to figure out still processing.
Crisis. You got anything?
He was just gonna look over the books once we got to that place.
Cool.
But about this topic, he's like, it doesn't matter.
Everything burns.
Yeah, everything burns, exactly.
Everything burns.
Like, it doesn't matter if he has a wind, if
You
he's
know what?
on fire.
I actually do. I have a question for Master. I'm sorry. Like, you know who Zine shit. I mean, obviously you know who Zine shit is, right?
Actually, that's like an F word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you say it.
I spit inside of my helmet. It is acid.
It's like red versus blue. I just hate them blues. Who's spit in my helmet? Oh my gosh, a Grey Knight Sword would be beautiful.
Okay.
So,
Caboose.
but could I talk to him about that? Would that be inappropriate for me to be like, hey, this looks like a wound from a beast demon?
Like a keeper of secrets, or are we talking a keeper of secrets?
Low
Just a
level.
regular lower level.
Yeah.
Be like a pink horror.
I'm gonna say all I know about killing demons is just do tons of damage.
Oh.
I'm sure you.
No, no, no. Sangor.
What's a Xanos?
It's an ancient demon.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sounds made up.
No, it is. Zangor. They're cool. They're birds. Bird demons.
Oh, like a harpy.
I'm gonna get off this shit.
Yeah. Let's look at one more thing.
What else is in the medical lab though?
There's no
Like, are there
People here,
baddies or?
or anything useful, like
There are a couple med packs.
That's potentially useful.
I'll
Unless they're
take
demon
one.
med packs.
Unless they're.
There is a handsaw.
Oh.
It's like a little, well, basically a chainsaw dagger.
I've got lots of those.
A couple of those.
I was like, just like
Just put that on the bottom of your.
one of the small cells.
Can I take them in?
I actually already have a bayonet.
Jaws claims the dead, or med pack. I was going to say dead pack.
Okay.
She claims the smallpox blankets.
No.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Dang.
Jeez. Not PC, what you said, man.
It's okay.
She's the last.
I
I
was
can
like,
say that.
this is not great.
Anyway. Anyway.
I got that all the time growing up.
Anyway.
That's bad.
What else is in?
I want the ship. I'm just.
A lot of the other stuff, a lot of the other stuff's just broken
Okay.
and whatever.
Oh,
You do see a little figure sitting cross-legged on the floor over in the corner.
Figure sitting cross, like
There's this like
Crisscross
naked, yeah,
applesauce?
just sitting cross-legged on the floor.
I was thinking.
In a pool of
like,
blood,
Ew.
and the blood is steaming.
Left for
Ew.
Dead. If only Left for Dead told me anything, my first instinct away. But
No, you run. You sneak really quietly and you run away. Huh?
He sensing presence.
I did, but I rolled a 9.
Oh no.
See
Excellent.
what
Let's,
happened.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Gotta love
demon
it.
possession.
blow it up. And
I
we'll
rolled
have
a
this.
58.
58, baby.
Only
If
I can
it's
call him
this-
that.
58.
Looking at you.
Adult male.
Warhammer
Oh.
acquaintance?
falling upwards.
No.
Everything within
I
2d10.
knew
Back
this
to boots,
was
back to boots.
78? Or do I just add those together?
7
7
plus
plus
8, 15 meters.
Okay.
Rises 7 meters into the air as gravity briefly disappears before falling to the ground after a second or two. The whole facility does this as well.
The whole facility.
It's everything. It says everything.
Oh my
I
gosh.
hope we party wipe because of you.
Yeah, and so the
'Cause we're so
it comes
over
back
the
down
ground
and whatever, and the facility seems fine, but it's a little kind of rickety.
Ooh.
And
What did Mr. Steamy Blood do when that was happening?
well, the blood rose into the air while steaming, and it ended up like turning and standing, and the blood is coming from its eye sockets and its mouth, and it's holding its tongue.
Kill it.
So, sense presence, do I know what it is?
That's a demon host.
Obviously, it's even knows I want to kill it with extreme prejudice.
Oh wow.
Initiative
that's-
test.
Everyone blow it away.
All right.
I feel like where's that?
I'm
guy?
rolling a 9.
Hey, wait, not everybody. Unless well, who wants to act?
Oh, never mind.
Because he called it.
That's true. Yeah.
Go for
he-
it, man.
Yeah.
Me?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought that was for
I don't even know
everyone.
if I saw it.
And I only got an 8, so if you...
Yeah, because
I'd probably go for it.
first to fight rolls 2d10 and has his agility bonus,
Dude, you
Yeah,
better
you
do
gotta-
that. Holy crap.
Yeah, you better not suck.
which other things.
2d10 plus agility.
The
that's a
downfall of Nazriel is that I chose a 2 advanced classes for my first thing, and so I didn't know what I could do and how to defend myself the right way. So
Oh, he gets 2d10.
Oh, well,
that's-
but if it's first.
6 plus my agility, which is 4, right?
10.
No,
Well,
that is-
you get minus 20 because of your suit.
No, his suit's
My
good
suit's
now.
on again.
Yeah.
No. It was your suit naturally gives you minus
Oh, yeah.
20 in agility.
So it's 9 plus
So you guys
2,
both get 8.
8.
Again!
Wait, 9 plus. I thought you rolled. Is it
Wait.
twice and take the higher? I thought you added.
No. You roll 2 and add
If
it
he
with your
attacks the target
intelligence
that
bonus.
hasn't taken an action during the combat, during that causes our scrutiny on any damage rolls of 9 or 10.
What 2 numbers did you roll?
Yeah, I guess
No,
it's
not Righteous Fury on initiative. You're rolling to see if you're
Yeah.
going first.
Okay.
Yeah. What
What
were the
2
2
dice
numbers?
did
It was
roll?
And-
a 6 and a 3.
Your agility, I don't think,
So 6
suffers.
plus 3 is 9.
Right, I don't think your agility suffers from the armor just for initiative test.
Oh, so initiative's the same.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
So you would have won the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you get to go first.
channeling the utter hatred and anger that he feels, borderlining on Corn 8 hatred.
Uh-oh.
But still, he's very nice. He's not falling to chaos, okay, guys? But he's real pissed. He's just gonna take
Do Grey Knights not follow the chaos? Is that something you're
Not.
just going
a single one.
First one.
to
First and only.
Oh no. You got it. Blow it
Tell
away.
that to
Greg.
GW that it might come and kill you.
Incorruptible.
Okay, so he's going to.
I know, but he's incorruptible. Master of War.
So he's going to. What is it called? Hit with his nemesis hammer.
Holy crap.
Just remind me. Sorry, my brain's kind of fuzzy.
No, it's all good.
So it's.
Face is a little fuzzy too.
It is weapon skill, right? So. Okay. He hits. So it's 2d10 plus 5 plus the psi rating, right? Which is 2 extra dice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it should be 47 plus 5.
Well,
and then I
did you
think
hit
can-
with your weapon skill?
Yes.
Oh, I
and
gotta dodge.
you automatically confirm Righteous Fury on Demonic,
I don't dodge.
Yeah.
so that would be 5.
Yeah, I don't
5
dodge.
dice. Oh.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I rolled 70s tonight.
Yeah.
And since you started, you confirm on 9s and 10s.
Most likely 73.
So we got confirmed Righteous Fury, which. So, that was
Yeah.
this is how much damage.
Make sure it comes out.
34
I'm not gonna do it
damage.
that way. Just one.
Don't you reroll the 10 or did you already reroll it?
Oh,
He hasn't rerolled the 10
I
yet.
haven't rerolled the 10 yet.
34 plus.
Another
9. 9's also confirmed, right?
Yeah,
It is. So roll that
43 so
again.
far.
3.
3. Alright,
49 damage.
49 damage.
Wait, plus, did you add your strength bonus and everything?
Oh, you haven't added strength yet, have you?
No.
And it's like triple strength? Or
Yep,
just
it's triple strength.
because you have Terminator?
Plus 30 strength. So
Oh, the Terminator gives you plus 30, so it's double strength. I see.
it's 40 plus 30.
So you get
Plus
plus
7.
14.
Oh, plus 14?
Yeah, because he has double.
That's
So
63 damage.
So he just does 63 damage to this demon host.
Dude, he freaking blows up. Just against the wall,
Yikes.
total splatter. Really, bones and flesh can't really be found.
Yeah, holy crap.
this is an angry.
And I will say, his hammer like went into the wall too. Just, and he just run. And what do? Just turn around, and walk out of the room pissed?
Upside down on the ceiling.
Just to you, I lean over. About time.
Oh,
Oh god.
I'm going to be a little bit traumatized.
Yeah,
That was
that
pretty
was
rough.
something. You incinerated that.
Yeah. He's
Like,
pretty tough.
Demons should be terrified of you.
Yeah. So what? Are you going back to the office now?
Yeah.
Cool.
For a cup of...
See, y'all's works your ways back to the offices. And what are you doing, Mr.
I think we
Chryso?
actually didn't even add certain
Yeah, so just wrap up my book thing. So I got through like a small amount of books, but we had to leave because we were like, what the heck is happening with her Grey Knight? So
You can confirm the Melodom Corvax is not here.
Mhm.
Just reference.
Do any other books catch my eye? I'm actually probably not the best person to look for books because I am dumb and bad at looking for stuff. But
There is a book on beard trimming.
oh yeah, I'll grab that
Cool.
right away.
Like.
Hey, it's an important thing, okay?
It's also
Well, no.
it's also a little kind of book like that, so you can also easily tuck it away.
Travel size.
He's like embarrassed. He's like, ugh.
And there's even like a little grooming kit there.
Oh.
Oh really? Yeah, I'll grab that too.
Cool.
You know, it's tough because with this new armor, it like sort of like presses in on beard,
Yeah.
so I need to take care of
You
it.
got to be comfortable, man.
Oh my god.
There's also like a shoe shining kit there as well.
Just stop.
But I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, I don't really need the shoe shine kit. I'm wearing armor.
hmm Yeah, and there's like little baubles and stuff like there's a skull on one of the shelves because that's gothic, grimdark, whatever.
How do you want that?
There's wax press stamps.
Flowers.
There are dead flowers. There's actually some dead flowers.
Yeah, they have.
Please don't eat those. You don't know what kind of flowers
That's
they are.
my thing. That's all I do.
Do you eat them?
Of course, I'm compulsively driven to just eat the flowers.
Oh no! Yeah, so you eat them, and actually it's terrible because they just turn to dust. Like
Wait. Am I missing something? What?
He's
what?
it's one
insane.
of his weird
No,
traits.
it's I'm a little too corrupt, and so what is it? And it's gonna make me cough, and I'm gonna do my little spit thing.
Oh gosh.
Hey, it spits acid on the floor.
Fun.
I look over. I'm like, that's some borderline.
Ugh,
Some borderline.
I have some
heresy.
stomach acid issues.
reflux.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I think it's like a war thing. I don't know. It's just psychic thing. You would understand.
Yeah, it's like,
And you spit acid, right? It's the same. It's just
Oh yeah,
all psychers do
I'm
that.
like a space marine.
Uh-oh.
Can I hit him? Can I hit him with my
Watch, let's see who can spit farther.
Can I spit on his head?
Take off your helmet.
It says.
Oh my gosh, you spit in your helmet, dude. You spit in your helmet.
You can turn it on and off.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you
No, you
can.
can't.
Yeah, you
No. Only acid.
No.
Can you imagine if he sneezed and he's in space and his just
Yeah.
slowly erodes?
They can breathe space. They're fine.
Oh my gosh.
I can't breathe in space, but I can survive.
No. You have a lung that can breathe the void.
What?
No.
That's
it's
what the
not
third lung does. It breathes
It's-
outer space.
Different.
How can you breathe outer space?
Well, anyway, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Does anybody else want to look at the bookshelf?
Beard.
Do we got any knowledgeables in here?
I wanted to look for two things. I wanted to see first if there was any, like, sort of, if Alvis kept anything here that would give us the whereabouts of the astropath. Like a city name or anything like that. And then also I wanted to
How
see,
many hours are you willing to devote to this search?
I don't know. I was thinking 3 probably before we should bounce. I mean, we have nowhere else to go, really.
We're not in a hurry.
Well, some of us aren't in a hurry.
I am in a great hurry.
But you haven't
But we
even
don't.
told us
Yeah,
what
we don't
happened.
know.
Yeah, we don't.
And you actually haven't spoken up about anything either. You're just standing there angry about a hammer.
Well, I have about an hour to work on my beard, so I don't.
Little hand
Step
here in the kit.
1.
So
Snip.
I'm just gonna say, I'm
Step
saying
2.
we should take a couple hours to look to see if we can find the astropath, and then also see if we can find anything like mechanically that maybe our pilot can look at. Because Alvis was pretty smart.
If you are going to spend a couple hours here,
Yeah.
Thaddeus will join you.
Oh, really? Cool.
Oh, so we
Hopefully he
should
doesn't
tell him.
crash his ship.
Yeah.
How devastating. Oh!
Cody Lee Jensen.
I'm fate pointing. That was a 98.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine if we're like landing the ship? Whoa!
That's a 99.
Oh no.
Dude, here's the
that
thing
he
about my dice.
dies.
You talked about the dice. You don't ever talk about the dice.
Wait, how many fake points does he have?
He's out.
He's got 4.
It's over. He's crashing.
Thaddeus is gonna die. That's Nazriel's revenge.
And we're gonna be abandoned on this.
One more.
Here we go. You can do better than a 99.
Yeah.
Here
Yeah,
go.
so you,
41.
Oh.
and he lands it, and he comes inside. And Liara is guarding the ship, because she doesn't want to have anything to do with this place anymore.
Hey, good news. There's a skull here for you.
What?
There's a
yes.
skull.
You are very considerate. I did not even think.
He pulls it down, and he's like, jewels and engravings. Perfect.
You
Yeah,
are.
it's just-
What? Jewels and engravings?
Oh, yeah, but it's Latin.
That doesn't always mean it's
That-
better.
You can do a high Gothic test on it if you want.
Can I?
Big language high Gothic.
I have. Oh, I do.
Give letters.
I rolled a 67. So I do not pass.
Okay. You don't know what he says. Cool. Anybody else?
To read that, I'm okay.
Oh, I don't care.
You can have
You can have it. He's a
it.
weirdo.
Cool.
Who here is smart or good looking? Good at looking.
Good looking.
And I'm good at reading.
Fall under that category, I guess.
Jasper seems like he has a big brain.
Big brain energy.
I can feel it in the warp.
Brenergy.
Big brain time.
Oh.
Jasper.
I know a lot of things about a little and a little things about a lot.
I don't know what that means. So just
Enough with your riddles.
Sounds like a big brain thing to say.
That sounds like a dumb brain thing
Nerd.
to say.
Wow.
Give him a wedgie.
This new guy.
What pleasant
Has a hell
company
of
does that
oxygen.
like?
We're just calling him big brain. Come on, loser. He's like,
Do I dare go like look in the pods? Yeah.
The pods?
Yeah, like. where-
a second
Oh, yeah.
demon.
Don't metagame.
Yes, will.
Let's see.
I'm just trying to figure out what I would be doing for hours while he's like ingesting the.
Well, you could pray for mercy.
I for sure am praying for mercy.
Probably do some
oh, we should,
lamenting.
can we all, should we roll for search? I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting there, but I just
Oh,
was letting you all do your thing.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
just letting these guys know that I'm pretty dumb, so like relying on me to do
We
stuff.
know.
I kind of want to.
Oh, that is comforting. It is good for us to cover each other's flaws.
True.
I'm
You're not very self.
How many more demon hosts did you say were on?
I think there was like a
There's a
handful.
few, but I think
I'm
they're
just
all
gonna
making
go
their
around
way.
like finding
Yeah.
them and just killing them one by
Just-
one.
Makes sense.
Perfect. He goes on a quest to redeem himself.
Cleaning.
Let's just
More like a quest to
Azrael,
blow
where you
off some
going?
steam.
blowing off some steam.
Yeah.
Do you want someone to come with you?
Punch
or-
dance in a barn?
it might not be good for you to come with me.
That's fair. I did just see him turn to.
Unsure Space Marine is unsure.
Oh.
Oh no, that was a warning. Like, you might die if you come with me.
Well, I saw what you did to that one dude, and I was like, wow. They almost flew over the
I
ship.
think it's best if we stay at least 5 meters away.
Cool.
Make that 20.
Go ahead and do a shirts test.
Me?
Everybody. Well, not you. You're on a quest.
This is my quest. Hey, crit 9.
Hey, crit 8.
Plus
Oh,
20.
you just had to.
I get it.
What'd you get?
I got a 63, but I have plus 20.
Perception if you have search. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, did you say plus 20?
I have.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, yes.
Very good set of eyes.
So this is actually really good. You guys are through a combination of studying various data slates that Alvis has, different records. He actually has. It's not really a map of Anvil, but he has a giant model of Anvil. And there's like little things on it and whatever, little notes, little pins and stuff, and you're looking kind of at the state of the world currently. And a lot of combat has happened since y'all have been here in the depths in between with the teleporting and all that. And the Gene Stiller uprising is in full revolt. And
Cool. More to burn.
currently, people and forces are gathering along the Malabog, the World Teeth, which are those bridges that link the Great Trenches together. There's many fortresses along there. Just because the Civil War ended in the Wastes, it ended with the planet cracking when they rebuilt. That was like the stronghold point. And that scar runs across a third of the planet. And a lot of the Gene Stiller cult operations are coming up out of like the center of the forges, the center of the hives. And as people have like fleed into the Wastes, caravans have been attacked. And so a lot of the guard operations are starting to operate around the World Teeth. Evacuation has actually been stalled, and there are fleets in orbit that are to shoot down any ship that attempts to leave the planet.
Uh-oh.
There we
Because they're
go.
trying to quarantine it.
Yep.
Death Corps of Krieg have received reinforcements. There are more Elysians. The Mordian Guard has joined.
All right.
Not my favorite guard. The Cadians have not been replenished, but there are still like kind of more Cadians than anybody else. I don't know. There's a lot of Death Corps of Krieg as well. The other ones are kind of specialist stuff. Yeah. Space Marines are not reported to be on the planet. And you're learning that a lot of the nobility has gone to like this specific area along the World Teeth, and the nobles and governors would be the ones to talk to about where an astropath would be, and that's the closest that you can link it to.
Dope.
Do we
Would there
know
also
any
be communications there?
Probably. A lot of those fortresses also have surface to space, surface to void landing pads.
Do we know any nobles?
We do.
We did.
You know House Kaios.
Aren't they in the
They're
doghouse,
dead.
kind of? I'd imagine still a little bit.
The house is a lot of that is irrelevant now. It looks like what Forge or what Forge city were you all in when you first got to the planet? It was the capital, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you went to the capital, and that was the place where the uprising happened the hardest. And it's actually kind of a hot zone. They can't really get support in that area right now. And that is what you find after your time researching. As you are on the computer searching, though, the computer is triggered via an external source, and it statics out, and then it appears, and you actually see Alvis's face.
What an ugly dude.
It's actually good looking.
I
For an
think
old
he's
dude.
Disagree.
He's a George Clooney.
Anyway, he can't see you guys, but he's just talking. It's probably like recorded message. But he starts out and he says, "It is not uncommon for a team of acolytes to attempt to kill their Inquisitor. The reasons for this can vary from believing their leader to have strayed from whatever path they felt the Inquisitor should walk, all the way to simply seeking promotion. It is a very rare occurrence for those teams to succeed in those endeavors. I have long known that my work is not fully understood, but I have always asked for your patience and assistance regardless. I wish to express that." That's the storm?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Internet, it's raining. Ooh. We might live.
The rain's gonna turn this down.
The rain's going to turn to the
It
storm.
looks
So,
so sad.
back to the Grimdark.
Why?
Yeah, he says, "So I wish to express that I do not wish to kill you all. But if you make an attempt on my life again, I will not hesitate to remove all of you from whatever service you claim to provide to the Emperor while contained in your mortal flesh. Take note, though, that I have not killed any of you yet for your insolence, nor have I removed you from the payrolls of the Inquisition. That much cannot be said for many Inquisitors who serve as my peers and colleagues. You are still my acolytes. I claimed each of you, and in several cases, I saved you. I offer you now one last chance to be of service. The information on the Blackstone I sought is still of relevance. I ask that you transmit to me whatever knowledge you have gained. Did you reach the source of the pulse? What did you find? I scoured the records of Adominus Midian, whose research covered much of the Nork Forest and its initial designs. His claims recount that there is a dead civilization beneath the forest that is inhabited by ancient spiders that impeded his progress and ultimately caused a failure of his plans for energy bioconduits. If you did not find that civilization, I ask that you return and discover it. Take whatever forces you require by the authority of the Inquisition and get that job done. I know you still have your rosettes." Cascade sent a message to me from the depths,
Stupid hoe.
in the hands of some members of the Death Corps of Krieg a few months back. She hadn't heard from you and assumed you were lost. I was surprised to learn that she was manning a station down there in the first place. Cascade has refrained from hard combat ever since her days with the Sisterhood ended. She sent word of a lot of activity that lines up with the database recorded in the Imperium regarding descriptions of a race known as the Necrons. She had to hold the line against waves of spiders already, and she reports that there is a Titan down there that has already had to fire its main cannon twice.
Oh, no.
After the second shot, she reports It was met with silence. There has not been another wave. I admit I knew about this civilization before sending you down there. The reason I did not send you to the depths with an army is because if Dominus Midian's account has been interpreted by myself correctly, taking an army down could draw far more attention and greatly increase the activity and resistance of these supposed Necrons. All the same, the importance of Blackstone is paramount. If this stone can prove to be a shield like I suspect, we can potentially offer more protection for the civilians here on Anvil, more than the Flux ever could. Consider what I have said, Acolytes. Take your place again at my side, or be destroyed. I will continue with my work. Notice your accounts. With your growth comes responsibility to your station. You are hereby granted the highest ranks I can give you. Do not disappoint me again. It is on the great wings of the Imperium that the great eagle turns its mighty head to opens its eye to the void. It is with divine power that the eye of chaos will have no choice but to look away, whatever the cost. All glory be to the Emperor. Signed, Inquisitor Alvis.
They're still paying y'all motherfuckers.
You know, to be honest, we haven't needed money in a while because we stole it from all the rich people.
I know. You Robin Hooded mother effers.
But did you give it to the poor?
They gave it to me.
We are poor.
You were poor.
Yeah, now look at him. He's got a holy weapon. He's got.
You get your funds from the Firebrands.
Bougie.
You get your funds from the Firebrands.
He's bougie.
So I'm unlocking rank 8 to all of you except for you. Well, for the thing.
The Firebrands also decided to. Oh,
It was like
close.
really close.
Oh,
Cody.
dude. My man.
Oh, you. Are here.
I have no idea what to think about that.
So, can I use my...
If you all want, I can print a hard copy you can review as well.
That's great.
Is it fair to say that... Because they said they're quarantining the planet, and it's just big old naval forces all around the ship, or all around the planet then.
Not as much as you might.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Well, and how do you feel about it, too? Because he literally slit your throat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, he's full of it. He's gonna kill us all.
I think he's a formidable force. I think that we shouldn't take his work lightly. I also think that the stuff that he wants to know, we want to know as well.
Yeah, I think there's technically an over.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He's technically overlapped, though I still want to burn him very badly.
I don't think we won't get that chance.
Yes, I believe that an opportunity will arise by following this path.
I think it will be delayed gratification.
My guy's not in here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it sounds to me, because he's trying to kind of copy Eisenhorn a little bit. And I think his intention...
Why do you say that?
Because Eisenhorn kind of made a demon house to destroy a demon, too. Remember we read that
You weren't there.
The book that he found.
in the book that he found.
You weren't there.
Right,
This
but
is,
he's
this is an
just
aside,
talking
because I'm not
about
here.
it.
This
Sure.
is like...
Yeah.
I think that him getting attacked and scratched by a Zinch demon, like
Wait a second. Man, that's a hard one. I don't know if... Ooh. I don't know if I want your thoughts.
you don't want my thoughts?
I don't know. Because they're good thoughts. I see where you're going.
Yeah.
But also, you're not here, and they need to think them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard because that's out of game. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know enough about Lord to maybe even let my mind possibly go in that direction.
I'll let you continue, and we're gonna just try to draw a line in the sand where you start and theirs ends.
You can also just say, like, you guys have microbeads, right? You just say, like, we found stuff.
So, right.
I don't
So
have
this,
that.
from what I'm getting, and you guys have more
Just do
information.
an intelligence test real quick. See if you heard the transmission from Alvis while you were killing things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Cool. And Otter even to see if Thaddeus had a mind to transmit it to you.
Even.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, you can communicate.
So, I mean, to me it seems like
I don't know.
he got scratched by the. He thinks he's doing the same good in the same way that Horus thought he was doing good with the Heresy. He is infected. Like he got scratched. I feel like he got scratched by the Pink Horror, which kind of let him be introduced to chaos a little bit. And so he thinks he's doing the right thing because he's trying to do something that, on a larger scale, that an Inquisitor did on a very small scale. And that he thinks that, since Eisenhorn, this prolific figure in the Imperium, his history has done this before, that if he can do it but on a larger scale and be successful, that he's doing the right thing. However, I feel like he's also being manipulated by Tzeentch because he's corrupted. So he's kind of blind to it. Does that make sense?
I like where that's going, but I don't even see Alvis in that positive of a light. I think Alvis is scared to die, and I think he's maybe has a little bit of corruption, and I think he is propelling this idea that he can use demon hosts to, save the Imperium or whatever, but in reality he's trying to study it more so he can fix whatever's wrong with him.
Right.
Like that's his primary goal is to fix that wound and to get rid of that corruption. Because it's like even though he comes off to us and he's like, no, I'm doing the right thing, I feel like he knows that we're right. And what he's doing now is kind of like this ultimatum, like, hey, yeah, you guys are kind of annoying. Most Inquisitors would have killed you by now.
Please stop chasing me.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like, you guys almost killed me. And I almost feel like, you're just saying that because we're this freaking close to blowing your face off.
Road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, I don't know. But then also, maybe he's right. We're about to have a huge Necron invasion and a bunch of aliens popping out everywhere, and maybe we should give him that research and let him raise that army. I don't know if he would even consider that, but
well, the other aspect to remember is him, Alvis, and Titus have been working on trying to figure out how to close the Eye of Terror for ages.
right.
And that's where the whole Blackstone thing originates from. So he's
Half a century, really.
Yeah, he's had this goal for ages. I don't know when the wound occurred, so maybe it's always been something that's plagued his mind, if that's the case. Or it's just hard to say. But he's still insane one way or another.
That's one of those things where his intentions make a huge difference in how you feel about him.
I mean, I want him dead.
And he killed all your buddies and cut your throat. He basically got Titus killed. He's been
Titus got himself killed.
The Space Marines would probably want to kill him because he's bringing demons into people's bodies, and not random bodies, but aren't they clone bodies?
I will say 50% around there. So it wavers. But a large number of the Inquisition, totally okay with that.
Yeah. That's
With
also
demons or clone bodies?
Getting the demon host thing going.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would say a sixth of the Inquisition actively pursues that.
There's a lot of radical nonsense.
Yeah, it's a line about 50% who are Puritans, 50% who are radicals. Of that, there's a sixth, not of the half, but of the whole, there's six that pursue it. And then the other, 2/6, the other third is totally tolerant.
That's why it's so important that we were to find
And actually,
his peers.
I would say 50% is tolerant in addition to the 6 that are pursuing it, because there's purists that are okay with it too. There's purists who study the war and experiment with it.
Yeah, I mean, if we really want to be specific, the Exorcists do it too. The Exorcist Space Marine chapter, which is a successor chapter,
Unofficially,
allegedly,
they totally are.
of the Grey Knights. Their successor chapter, and what their big ritual is that they actually let themselves be possessed and then overcome the demon, and thrust them out. They exorcise.
They're possessed for a while too, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's 3 years or something.
That's why it's super sketchy still for us to be the ones to just hunt him without getting like some approval. Because I'm pretty
Thaddeus,
sure even like Space Marines might not even take a shot at an Inquisitor without getting some real go for it.
You know what's so funny about that?
As long as they don't send the Minotaurs after us.
Oh yeah, I learned about those today.
Space Marine killers.
Yeah. No, in that book I was reading, the Far Side book, the Space Marines meet this Inquisitor who's like undercover, and she's not respectful to the Space Marines at all. She's like, "Hey, you a-holes, you're blowing my cover," and they're like, "Oh." And then one of them like says something. She's like, "You must be new here." And he's like, "Oh." And I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Dude, so that's the thing. The Inquisition, they have the authority for the exterminatus, not the Space Marines.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. The Inquisition runs the show.
So there's also that.
The Inquisition is above the law. They only answer to the Emperor.
Honestly, the only middle route that I see through all this is like Inquisitor Malin.
That's what I was also.
Yeah, because like I don't trust Alvis, but I can see what he's saying is important, and I feel like we all think that's important. And if we presented everything we know and all the information we found to Malin, I think Malin, unless Malin's also a psychopath, which would really suck.
Well, then we're out.
Well, there's a 50% chance. We'll find out.
50% chance.
50-50.
That would also be my first instinct would be to bug Alan about everything.
What do you think, Katie? Or Joss?
I think Inquisitor Malin is probably our best bet. Is there a way I can get this video onto my data slate?
Yes.
Can I please
Oh,
do that?
so you can show it to Malin so he knows how much to pay us.
Totally.
We'll just
So
remember
he
your
knows that
monthly
we're trying to
income.
kill Alvis.
Your monthly income is altered by a level up.
Yeah.
Finally, $200 a month.
To get it on your data slate, you can just get it.
Oh,
They'll just give it to you.
Dividend.
Cool.
What's money?
Dividend. Cool. So the Grey Knight finishes his little thing, comes back in at the tail end of the conversation, covered in blood. He's like a red knight. He offered much blood for the blood god.
Break that.
You doing okay? Seem to be a little bit quiet. I'd be happy killing all these demon hosts. We got them all. We're going. We got a place to go to, so you can contact your fellow Astartes.
With Alan?
You know, this guy. I mean, he can probably contact him from.
Oh, odd or even, Mr. Nezril.
Even.
You are missing your arm.
What?
Totally kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I would have been like, whoa.
Jeez.
Well, that happened.
Everything
Hey.
died, but so did your arm.
Just go pick it up, he'll put it back on.
Start whacking people with it.
Oh, that's Space Marine.
Crunch.
Oh,
Alright, let's get off this.
Yeah.
so I think we got
Shit.
everything.
You see the Eddie is over at the shelves, like, got books, and he's like putting them in a bag. He's like, oh, yes, yeah, we can.
Did you find anything cool, Thaddeus?
All knowledge is good knowledge. Except for when it's bad knowledge, Mr. Space Marine.
You don't know.
the perfunctory edition.
He's
I
like,
know about
Take care what your next words are, Tech Priest.
You want one?
a tech priest?
Holds the book out.
Oh my gosh.
The only book I need is right here. He points to his chest.
Well, this one has an eye on it, so I'll hold on to it.
What kind of eye?
Just capital I. Really
Oh.
fancy.
Oh.
Yeah. Something.
You meant
Oh, yeah, that's
Like
what I
a
thought too.
I thought you were gonna hold it up. It's gonna be a demon.
Oh, there is one of those.
no.
It has this weird eye. It's kind of like gold, like this. There's a little pupil here and a little arrow coming down off the bottom.
I don't know what that
Sons of Horus.
What's a son of Horus?
I'm totally kidding.
Oh.
I just want to blow this whole ship up so much.
We just all repeat.
I'm like,
it.
I want to blow up the power plant. I just want this section of the entire world gone.
So yeah, what do you want? Like, so what happened with the demon host that we found earlier? Like, I don't know. How are you feeling about everything?
Wait, is this in game or?
Yeah, Thaddeus hasn't talked to you. According to my analysis, your thought patterns are scrambled.
So the demon host was able to enter into my mind despite all my best efforts.
What?
And ripped from my mind a number of
Nope, all of it.
all of the sacred and forbidden knowledge that I know about my chapter, about the Inquisition, about Terra,
What?
about the Emperor.
Thaddeus goes, I would like to know what you know about Terra.
That's
The
beside
hammer
the
starts
point
to
right
glow.
now.
The hammer just starts to glow.
Well,
There, I must get to a teleportation, or Homer, or to some sort of communications array, because we need to figure out how to get the demon. And I know that as much as you guys want to kill Alvis, and as much as I want to kill Alvis, while going through my meditations and, well, on my own killing these demons, which is my version of meditation, I
Look,
came
God.
to the realization that the only person that would know the name of this demon is Alvis. And so, therefore, Alvis must be captured alive. Or, I just thought of this. If you play his game, get his trust back, you guys can turn the tables on him. And we can figure out where he's at. We can find all the information for the Blackstone. Send it to him. We can track where we send it, where we know, and we can send a Grey Knight squad in to capture him alive, so that we can summon this demon, so that we can destroy it, so that he never can tell any of the Chaos Gods the location of Titan.
Of what?
what's Titan?
Exactly.
If Alvis sees you, is he gonna be pissed?
He already knows he's with us.
Well, right, but like if you're trying to hang out with us and we're trying to pretend, and we're trying to pretend we're on Alvis's side, is he gonna let you?
I mean, what did you do to Alvis that made him want?
Yeah, why did he execute?
Yeah, why did he like just like
Let's get to
slit
know
your
each
throat?
other a little bit.
What's your name? What's my name?
I'm kidding.
Oh, hi. I think he fine as long as I was cooperative. Reason.
You were being cooperative.
The
Wait.
Yeah, you never did anything.
There was
wrong.
issues though, wasn't there?
biggest issue I think we had was I had concerns that he was not super fond of the idea of me. This would cause issues.
I didn't know it was gonna happen. Let's keep going.
But I'm more than happy to be on his side and play the game, as it were.
Honestly, where else is he gonna go?
I'd rather not see him if I can avoid it anyways. But, I'm probably gonna have to, it sounds like.
It's okay, you can stay with us. And we got Crisis, who he's never met, but Crisis.
Oh, well, actually, I introduced myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I told him I would burn him.
Oh, well.
Oh, I'm amazing.
I just put my metal hand
Yeah.
here, galactic treasure. Instead of a national treasure, you're an imperial treasure.
I
I will
love
take it.
that Crisis
seems a little
is like a
excessive.
glorified gangster who we called in.
Holy gangster.
Yeah, and then he's become like this prophet, and he has a statue, and he's like baptized people, and he has this holy weapon. It's like, wow.
You're having a good time.
Oh yeah, Crisis is.
He's
You
really-
know,
he's
he
really
was
making
feeling
the
a little
best of
down
it.
after
Happy boy.
Titus died, but he came back and died again apparently. But yeah, he's pretty happy. He got to meet a Space Marine. The Space Marine seems to not hate him.
You went on to the strike.
Yeah, I
cruiser.
was on the strike cruise.
That's like going into like the Vatican.
Yeah.
Like into the inner things.
It's a good time. Crisis is happy other than being angry.
That's like a cool story.
Yeah. He's gonna go back to
Like,
his
you're on
friends.
your
Fireman's like,
pilgrimage, aren't
so
you?"
guess what? I did. You're
Yeah.
You're
I'm
basically
like
going
here to like fulfill my vision, like this self.
So he's gonna finish his vision and come back and be like this, like if he doesn't get turned into a space marine, he's gonna come back to his gang
This
with
is
like
kind of like your pilgrimage.
yeah, with like crazy armor, a holy weapon, and who knows what else,
You might
and
not
a
be
whole
You
army
can't
of
be a space marine
peasants.
because they're too old, but
Yeah, I'm like 33.
you can definitely be like.
You can still become a space marine at that age.
Really?
You totally could.
Nope. The way this, like, the reason they take young aspirants is because they have to have them right as they hit puberty.
That's Halo lore.
That is Halo lore. I don't know if it's only Halo lore.
It is Space
but
Marine
I don't know,
lore.
pops up in
And I actually think Halo lore is like under the age of 8. It's like you gotta be young.
I thought they were. I have no idea.
Literally children.
It has to do, and it's the same reason why
Halo.
like there's no female Space Marines is because it has to do with all the different hormone treatments and the extra organs that they get. They have to be under like 16 or something.
I'm only twice that. I'll be fine.
You just die.
But yeah, anyways. We had enough.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Uh,
I am good belief.
I'm ready to.
Thaddeus, he says, do you want me to transfer data to him regarding Blackstone? Or at least have something prepared for when we get to the long-range communication
yeah,
relay?
I guess we have something for freaking Alvis that we're sending because we need the name of the demon.
I sense irritation in your voice tones. Can you clarify?
Yes, do it, Thaddeus. You know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
It seems Pickle is not in very good mood.
Really?
Turns around, pees on bookshelf.
I'm just gonna go to the end of where the hall ends.
Perfect.
Just off into
Open
the...
space.
Wow.
That's incredible. Can you imagine? Like, we'll be gone before that hits the ground.
Maybe.
How
Are you
bad
going?
is this? I actually am gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. In-game pee. Perfect.
Nice.
I kind of gotta pee. I'm tapping my leg to hold it in.
Just have everybody go pee at the same time.
Which of these books has like career advancements?
What do you mean?
The career advancements, I think it's just the main book.
It's the main book and the Sister Battle and the other one and the
That's right.
Arbitrite ones.
What are you talking
Don't
about?
all of them have career events?
Yeah, every supplement. So I don't have any of the campaign books here. They're back there, but
Do you mean like
Um,
advancements for specific classes at specific levels?
Yeah.
you're looking for
Pretty
lathe
much all of
worlds
them,
for
yeah.
tech priests.
What?
You're looking for lathe worlds for
Life
tech priests.
Worlds. I'm just curious about the other ones because there was one about
All the main ones are in the...
these ones.
I think it's literally only the sisters are.
No, Lathe Worlds too. Lathe
Yeah.
Worlds for Mechanicum.
They all have different stuff.
And then there was one. Was it Radical's Handbook? There's one about that was talking about a bunch of.
Oh, where it has like the multiple actual rings for a specific type.
There was one that was. Which one was I looking at that had like xenos stuff? Because it's not Disciples of the Dark Gods, is it?
I don't think so. The only xenos one I found was in the Inquisitor's Handbook.
Because this one you
So-
just become Judge Dredd.
So Thaddeus asks, well, if this is the plan that we choose, like, what will you do now?
I must return to my brother's.
You can teleport like a planet away or something. Like, what is it?
So now I'm allowed to teleport a planet away. Like I have to return to the strike ship, so like we can like assemble, muster everybody. This is like way worse than anything Alvis is doing.
Oh, what happened to you?
Yeah.
It's like way worse.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
So will you journey with us to our next destination and teleport from there, or are you trying to find a teleportatum? What are you doing?
I mean, we're trying to find a teleportatum yesterday.
Well, if we use a teleport button, it's possible that we will go to yesterday and then be
It's
able
also
to.
true.
Maybe you should teleport here.
What?
What?
Teleport here.
Teleport to the same location and see what happens.
Oh,
keep
try
doing
and
it
go into
over and
past it
over.
and change how things turned out.
Activate my teleport back.
Just keep doing it until you like lose.
Shit's so sad.
So, you're just trying to find a teleportatum,
Yeah.
or I guess
Is
the
it
ship
not-
won't work because they'll shoot you down.
Wait, what? The ship won't work.
They're shooting down anything that leaves the planet.
Yeah, we can't stop teleportatum. Especially if it's
Long range.
an Inquisition stuff.
Well, I know the teleportatum is still intact. You do too. It's the research lab.
Oh,
Yeah, so we need to. Is the research lab still around?
In the depths. 6 months have passed.
oh,
We could take the gun cutter down the hole and avoid a lot of trouble.
Maybe.
hmm.
I mean,
But we also, I still think finding the astropath first is the utmost importance.
Yeah. We can. Then we find the astropath.
So, how common are teleportations?
Not common.
Not
Very,
common.
very rare. That's
So,
our
like-
tech.
We couldn't expect to come across one like with the nobles or something.
Not really.
No, because normal people don't really know. Let me read the teleportation.
They would probably call it heresy.
The reason,
It can't be
the reason that I
heretical. I've done it.
Technically, the Emperor's a heretic.
we don't talk about is
He was trying to create a webway using alien knowledge. Right there. Burned at the stake.
Isn't the Emperor also like
so
eternally in a coma or something?
here. So the personal teleporter range, like just the one on my back, for me is ship in low orbit up to 5,000 kilometers.
Oh, to the planet?
Yeah.
So if we got the astropath to call him in, you could teleport to the ship from the surface.
Yeah. Just depends on where the ship's at.
Astropath, a good route.
probably.
So I guess we were initially going to go to some nobles because they probably know the location. And then from there.
Nobles are a decent choice. I still wonder if Malin would even know. He was also already on our list of people to head towards, but
Right. Is he on planet or is he somebody that we need to contact?
he was on the planet. Who knows? No. He might be dead.
He could be dead.
This console can not send a message because we don't have the relay. Thaddeus is becoming frustrated, he says.
In third person.
Did we want to head to
Can you
the?
When he's frustrated, he goes third person. What?
Did we want to head to the where all the nobles work? Because they have all the equipment and all the soldiers and everything.
We could do that.
Yeah, the Green
I
Knight had.
If we went to Malin, that is casino, he needs like a lot of nobles to be there.
Well,
Isn't it in a
That's
swanky
where-
part of town?
That's where the most fighting was occurring from the resurgence.
I honestly,
The
I don't
uprising.
think he would still be there.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, well, if we know where the nobles are at, then might as well start with what we know.
And then we can get the astropath location. Well, actually, do we need the astropath anymore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still need that.
Even
Space Marines haven't been called in,
Oh yeah.
and really the guard that got called in was like a slap on the wrist kind of amount of guard, as opposed to what's needed. They need a couple billion. You got like 100,000
Wow.
$1 billion?
for a full planetary scale gene stealer uprising on a Necron tomb world that's about to have Tyranids on it.
Honestly, is there going to be any innocents left, or
No.
is after this? Is there just going to be soldiers?
It's gonna be a rough one, man.
Yeah.
We don't really care about the innocents. It's just killing all these
I don't know.
things
Even
while
if
keeping
one
the planet
hive
intact.
city like survives this whole thing, there's still gonna be like billions of people on
Yeah.
this planet.
That's disgusting.
So, you guys heading back to the ship?
Let's head back to the ship.
Cool. So you guys go back to the ship and fly off into the night sky. And the storm is still a raging, but you know at least now where you're headed. And that is to...
Oh, just getting
Well,
nobles.
Yeah, you're going to one of the...
Yeah.
You're going to one of the fortresses, and all of the fortresses are named for their bridges. And you're...
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't have a name of the bridge. You're going somewhere, though.
Cool.
Cool. And I will end the session there.
Alrighty.
Alright.
That's chaos.
Who won last time?
Wow,
I
look.
don't
I won last time.
Because I had someone.
Hide with me, Anthony.
These two. I. Who do I want to give it to? Me.
Cats are pretty great.
I like them. They're pretty good. What do you guys think about what Alvis said out of game?
It pisses me off so much. I just want Alvis to just feel like admit that he's bad and just let us kill him. But he just pulls it out in such a way that I'm like, he might be right.
He's ambiguous.
Like, we might kill Alvis, and then
Realize that he wasn't such a bad guy.
yeah, but what?
He wasn't such a bad guy.
Oh,
You bitch.
He's not a bad guy.
it sounded like he said from over here, like he wasn't such a big gay. And I was like, oh,
Wait,
I
somebody
think
else
he's
wanted to
pretty
last
big, yeah.
time. I don't know. 1 second. Sorry, I gotta. read
Yeah.
it. It's really hard because we didn't really do a ton.
It's not
Yeah,
always
there
about
wasn't
what
combat.
we do. Sometimes it's about what we've learned and who found it.
I will say, unfortunately, with these things, sometimes people get voted for saying the funny thing or for the hardest kill, but that's not necessarily the best role playing, which is what this is about.
But sometimes.
Sometimes it's worth it.
Sometimes there's a good moment that's like, I just want to remember it, so I want to write it down so someone can look at that.
Yeah.
What is happening?
it's the wind, dude.
Dude, that trailer out there, the guy like put a cover over it, and then you tied ropes around it to try and ensure it would stay.
The black trailer?
Nothing doing. No, the camper.
Sure, the black trailer can do that. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeet. Who's got their paper still?
I do.
Quit taking so long. And throw me the whole thing back. Don't even take it off there.
You're a smart person. I'm expecting experience for that.
Well,
Despite knowing that you don't like compliments.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you almost got
I
it.
was
would've been
really
a very
surprised
hot
when I
moment.
saw your mouth open to catch it like that.
I don't know. Okay, so we have Joss. Good ideas on what to search for. Deco for still having doubts about Alvis. Deco getting his demon knowledge on at the medical facility. Deco read the medical report and now we know Alvis is injured. And Joss always thinking about others. So we have Deco as our winner.
good job.
Nice.
So 200 XP, and then the rest of you. Well, maybe we get 200 XP. And that concludes session 56, but we are
Five.
referring to it as 55 because my heart is broken. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope you all have a good night with a
Your
little,
night.
a little rain, but maybe not for wind.
Yeah.
Recording. Stop.